have you lived in the neighborhood?
4.5 years. Does that sound right?
Sounds about right.
I think that's right. 4.5
And
years.
you know, what have you seen changes in the neighborhood go from in a positive or negative way?
I'd say since I've been here, I've seen the neighborhood improve. I think that there are more people taking better care of their yard. I think the neighbors kind of know each other better perhaps than they did when I first got here, at least I do. And so I'd say generally the neighborhood's improving.
And so, how do you think? What some of the reasons you think that's happening? Why?
You know, the people that are moving in the neighborhood are trying to provide a safe environment for their families, and seem to be middle-class working people that are trying to improve their house, their neighborhood. You know, this is not a high-end neighborhood, so you have to make sure you
Do your best to keep things.
take care of things. Yeah, and I see that.
And I guess the meetings help, the neighborhood meetings.
Yeah, while I
It's
have not
social.
attended any myself, I'm certain when I used to attend them in my old neighborhood that that was a very positive thing. So I'm sure it does.
What about the surrounding area? How do you feel about the surrounding area?
You know, honestly, I sit out on the back porch and I hear gunfire from the other side of the bayou and down the road, and you know, and so I'm not sure how comfortable I am with the subdivision across the street, the housing on the other side of Langfield. But the nice thing about this neighborhood is we're kind of protected back here.
Right, by the creek and,
Exactly.
you know, well, the park can be, I guess I've seen the park as a positive.
Oh, absolutely.
It seems to give the kids something to do and,
Yeah, and allows people to walk, and that's another way to get to know your neighbors. And so, yeah, I see that as a positive.
and this elementary school also.
Always.
I think it involves a lot of the families.
Yeah, and I think
Their
the people that
activities.
choose to move in the neighborhood are, you know, in part, a number of them probably are moving because their kids can walk to the elementary school. And so that's positive.
So what's your least favorite thing about the area, or about our neighborhood?
I'm still aware of the existence of crime. There have been a number of incidences since I've moved in that I have become aware of. I was walking my dogs yesterday or the day before, and there was a person perhaps pretending to be soliciting, knocking on doors, looking in windows. I had one neighbor stop and warn me about him, and then as I was walking down the street, I saw him, and then another neighbor in a truck got out of his truck and confronted him and told him to get his.
So the neighborhood is watching out for each other.
We are, and that's the plus. The concern, of course, is that, you know, we have to, because there is certainly crime elements.
I guess that's almost everywhere though, to an extent.
To an extent. I mean, this is a middle-class neighborhood, and so you're going to have some of those issues.
And so what do you like the most about it?
Well, I love my backyard. I love the fact that I feel like I'm kind of secluded even though I'm in the city. I hear coyotes, I see people walking horses, riding horses. I like the fact that people are watching out for each other, and I think that the neighborhood is generally on the upswing.
Yeah, I hope that we improve it too. And I know the property values are going up also. I think that's because the neighbors are getting more involved and the newer neighbors moving in also.
Yeah, you know, it's nice that the house and the subdivision is close in, to the city, and so that's going to attract, working people that don't want to commute an hour and a half each way. But, with that comes an element of the presence of crime. And so we just have to kind of continue to watch out for each other, and I think that it's on the improve.
So what would be the thing that you would change in our neighborhood if you could?
I don't know that I would change anything. I just want to see it continuing to go in the direction it's going. There are a few people that don't keep their yard up the way they should. But there's always going to be some element of that in a neighborhood. I don't know that I'd change anything. I would just
Do what we're doing. Keep
try to
improving.
continue to do what's being done. And that area over there next to your house that runs behind our houses,
Stay undeveloped.
stay undeveloped and stay clean, because as I pointed out to you, I've seen some kids,
Right.
teenagers back in that area hanging out, and, I understand they want to have a place to go hang out, but generally that means there's
Stuff they're not supposed to be doing.
probably something they're not supposed to be doing.
So how do you think us as neighbors act as a whole?
As a whole, I'm very pleased. When I first got here, didn't know anybody other than you guys, and my wife goes out of her way to meet the neighbors, etc., more than I do, but I have, and it's nice now that I know people and can wave and say hi and chat with the people that live here. So
I guess that's one thing we could do is start trying to go to some of those meetings. Or
Yeah.
some of those socials.
yeah, I mean,
Cindy does real good because y'all walk your dogs. Donnie does real good because the men seem to be attracted to stopping and talking with him. But
Donnie talks to everybody.
and I used to know everybody from school, but I still would like to, I guess, get to know more
Right.
than what we have. Well, I appreciate you talking with me about this. I'm trying to get together a bunch of information on our neighborhood that maybe it will even help us to take a look and see what
Yeah.
we need to do to make it even better.
Yeah, I think that the path is, we're on the right path, and we have to remain vigilant to make sure that we don't have issues.
So keep working as a group.
Yeah, we got to, and we got to keep watching out for each other, and we have to go to meetings and make our opinions known.
In our presence now.
Yeah, and one thing, now that I think of it, 'cause this came up last night with this guy, we probably have to do a little bit better job of keeping people from soliciting
Right.
in the neighborhood. I know that that is supposed to be a rule, that we don't allow
I know, I
door-to-door
was one of the
soliciting.
bad ones that bought from him because I feel so sorry for people.
Okay,
I know, I shouldn't have answered the door, but I thought it was the truck driver.
Right.
We get so many packages, and really I hate to turn them down, and I'm one of the ones, I don't want to make them upset, so.
well, yeah,
I guess
and the lady that did turn him down around the corner, he kicked her car on the way down the driveway.
So again, just working together
We
as
just,
a group.
we've got to, and we've got to have a method that we can, if we see something in the neighborhood going on, everybody needs to know who to call, how to call, where to call, so
And keep our
that,
eyes open.
the problem gets addressed. I know we have a number of cops that live in the neighborhood. We need to make sure that people keep their eyes open and report that kind of activity, because that information will get out there, and the bad element will say, we really don't want to go over there.
Right,
'cause
that's quiet, they don't.
they're watching, they're paying attention.
Well, like you said, I guess if we keep working as a community, we'll wipe some of this out.
Yep, just try to keep it from getting any worse, and try to keep making it better.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
So
thank
is
you.
that